Welcome back to NBA TV Daily. Rick Kamla alongside Peter Vesey of the New York Post. Peter, how are you?
I'm good.
You're better than the Utah Jazz, aren't you?
Well, I don't know about that.
They're struggling, man. They're struggling big time. They lose on Wednesday in Charlotte, 98-92. And no, Michael Jordan did not play for the Bobcats in that game. It was the 8th loss in 9 games for the Utah Jazz. They've lost 7 straight on the road. Peter, they're 5-11 on the road, 9-2 at Energy Solutions Arena. But this is a team that had to go on the road and win playoff games last year to go all the way to the Western Conference Finals. What's going on this year?
I'm flummoxed. You know, I think it's time that Jerry Sloan sat down. I think the game has passed him by. Where is Tom Nosalke when you need him?
Or Phil Johnson, right?
Well, we know where Phil is. Phil's right next to him on the bench. But, I am a bit baffled. I understand that Mehmet Okur has missed 5 games, and that's important. I understand that Derek Fisher is no longer with the team. Mm-hmm. Is that correct?
Yes.
They got Jason Hart during the offseason to fill in for Darren Williams as a backup guard. That hasn't worked out that well overall. I'm not going to blame their defeats on Jason Hart, but it's one of the problems. You mentioned defense. No question that is a huge problem with Mehmet Okur, with Matt Harpringer, without him, who has missed, 2 or 3 games.
Correct.
He probably is important to their defense. But you know what? Even when all those guys are in, their defense struggles. Especially on the road. It was a problem last year. Jarron Collins is not the answer.
Nope.
Paul Millsap is not the answer. So I don't really know. I don't have an answer for you, Rick.
Well, let's explore this. Okay, Mehmet Okur has missed 5 games. The 5th was the Wednesday loss to Charlotte. You would expect that Andrei Kirilenko, a former All-Star, a guy who has wanted his DAP and has gone to the media searching for that DAP, would step up. You know, Boozer's playing well. Darren Williams has been hot and cold during this rough stretch. But Andrei Kirilenko, the defense is no longer there. He's under 2 blocks per game in the 5 that Mehmet has missed. The assists are down from about 5 to 3. Andrei Kirilenko's numbers should go up without Mehmet Okur in the lineup. They've gone down without Mehmet Okur in the lineup.
Don't ever try to put words in my mouth.
I'm teeing you up, baby.
No, I'm not going to buy that. You know, Kirilenko was doing fine when the Jazz were 13-5. Everyone was saying it was his best season in a while. He's playing his best in a while. He certainly wasn't happy last year. Across the stat sheet, he was doing a lot. I can't go by stats all the time. He is their only defensive player, legit. I mean, Harpring is, but they're legit. So they depend on him a lot. Is he not producing enough, for them to win? Obviously, they're not winning. But to blame him for it when none of those other guys really play defense, he is the only line of defense back there. So I'm not going that route, Rick.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not putting all the blame on Andrei Kirilenko. We are searching for reasons why the Jazz have lost 8 of 9. And by the way, the only win during that stretch was at home against the Sonics. So not an impressive win. I'm not impressed.
Let me jump in, though. I will say, though, offensively, Kirilenko, I still don't understand. He's not a three-point shooter.
Correct.
Yet continues to shoot from out there. It's like Josh Smith in Atlanta. Those guys take threes. Come sit next to me on the bench. You do not want to see it. He shot, a career low 21% from 3 last year. He's shooting 14% from 3 this year. I mean, you've got to know your limitations. That'll get you thrown out of the league quicker than no talent. If you don't know your limitations, or if you do know them and you try to exceed them, as he's trying to do, come sit down next to me. I'm sure Jerry Sloan will have a few things to say about that. Doesn't explain the defense, though.
And they hired Jeff Hornacek to work with Andrei Kirilenko on his outside shot.
But not on the 3.
Well, but not on the 3. He should not be taking all those threes. Okay, so 2 more road games left for the Utah Jazz on this road trip. Coming up over the weekend at Miami, at Orlando. Obviously, the Magic game tough. The Miami game winnable, I would say, for Utah. How do you see those 2 games for the Jazz?
Well, first of all, Orlando hasn't been playing that well at home, so
that's a good point.
That's winnable also. I've noticed about this Jazz team that when Darren Williams scores a lot, and he had 41 against Dallas a few games ago, whatever, they lost.
Yep.
I think we'll know that they're playing well when he's not depending on him for the offense. He's much better. The team is much better off when he's distributing and doesn't feel that he's got to take that on his back.
Well, and that's a good point by you, and that's what happened in the Charlotte game. Darren Williams, 8 of 12 in that game, had a solid floor game against the Bobcats, but they still lose the game. But it is a sign in the right direction for Utah.
Well, that Nazi Mohammed trade is paying dividends already down in Charlotte.
Not just getting run down there. You're looking at Darren Williams right now, probably on his way to an all-star season. But as Peter mentioned, that career-high 41-point game in a loss at Dallas a couple Saturday nights ago on NBA TV. In the 5 games right after that, he shot 36%. Then went 75% against the Bobcats on Wednesday. Hopefully that's a harbinger for good things for the Utah Jazz. He did, though. He's got it all up in that bean of his, Peter Vesey of the New York Post. We appreciate your time. As always, great stuff. We got to step aside for a break. Coming up, we have the top 10 plays from Thursday night's action. NBA TV rolls on right after this.